Right, guys. This video is gonna be. It's gonna give you some tips on how to, see how to trade basically using the HA charts and how I see things on there. There's also a couple of really interesting things that I've noticed of late. In particular, one candle, very small candle pattern that heralds a reversal of price. Basically the turnaround. Okay, I'm going to use Friday's session because it's really good. Plus, I want to highlight the trades as they actually happen. Okay, so basically, let's go and have a look here. Right, this is what we see when we come in the room. Okay, we've seen the GU, it's been going down here. EU's been going down big. Now, the first thing to know, I'll just pause before we go any further. I'm just going to give you a small crash course on reading the long terms. Okay, right, and basically, you look at the GU. Right, you've had this signal down here on the daily, and it's broke the orange line. Okay, now basically it's then found rejection, come back down through. Okay, so effectively on a normal day this would have hit that orange line here and come down. Okay, but because we had a lot of Brexit news of late, it's it had a massive move up and then a massive move down. So it came down and then flew up through the orange line, then came down again back to the orange line, right, and again found rejection. There's a daily signal here, but if you look here, this daily signal has a wick. This daily candle here has a wick and has touched the orange line. So basically for me now, for this trend, because that's what it is, it signifies an uptrend when you keep creating highs like here and here, right, it's an uptrend. So basically now I'm looking for ups. That was the first sign that told me that the GU was going up. Okay, the second sign was this 1 hour BB band flip up, because it's not the fact that it's flipped up, it's where it's going to that's important, guys. It's going to the low here. You see these two candles, it's probably, I think there's some wicks here. There's a wick on that one, there's a wick here on this green one, it came all the way down here, and that's where it's going to. So basically what that is saying to me now, if you go across there, that is the BB band going across there. Okay, so basically the GU 1 hour is right on the BB band. Okay, it's right, virtually right on it. Maybe not perfectly on it, but it's virtually right on it. And what you need to understand, guys, about BB bands and orange lines is what they are. They are effectively walls. They are walls, okay? And when you hit a ball against a wall, it either bounces off or you hit the ball over the wall. Okay? Okay, and that's what you've got to look at. They are walls, right? So we put together the fact that we bounced off the daily orange line with the fact that GU is now on the 1 hour BB band, right? What's going to push price through that BB band? What will push this GU candle down through the well, we'll call it an imaginary BB band at the moment because there's nothing there, but it goes across there, guys. What will push it through? Well, signals, basically signals. You might think the daily will do it again, and it could do. This could kick in again at some point, but for me now it's just bounced off the daily orange line. There's no 4 hour. If that daily was going to kick in again, okay, and push price down here, there would most definitely be a 4 hour signal, most definitely. All right, there's no 4 hour next to this 4 hour blue. Okay, so price is not going to go through that BB band down without a 4 hour signal, basically. All right, okay, so if price can't go down, what does it do? Don't forget, it's an uptrend. This is an uptrend, basically. I know it looks a bit weird to read on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, but you look at your 8 hour, it's up. You look at your daily, those last two major days there, it's up. Okay, so we're going up. Okay, we need confirmation. I'll let this run from now. Need confirmation. We've got a 30-minute signal here. See it? This signal here. Okay. We've had, I'll just stop again before we go any further. We've had this green signal here. Okay, it's gone up. Oh, it's been rejected. It's come back down, and we're back on the BB band again here now on the 5-minute charts. Okay, this might come down a bit more, but then I'll be looking to take it up on the next move. All right. As far as the greens are concerned, this is why. I'm just going to show you. This is why I say when you're turning price around, you're better waiting for the second move. Now look at the UCAD, guys. Look how strong this is. It's even got a daily pin cut. Look how strong it is. That, you know, the last few hours. All right, look at it. Look at it. That's one of them 45s that MT's talking about. Okay. And look what happened when you got the greens. Look, never got a second move. That's the first move down. You didn't get a second move because it went higher. So that's the first move down. You didn't get a second move because it went higher. That's the first move down. You didn't get a second move because it went higher. That was the first move down. This here could have been called a second move, but it looks as though it just touched the orange line here and flew up again. Okay? So that's what you've got to be aware of. This is why I say to you, when you're trying to turn such a strong trend around, and I mean, if you look here on the UCAD 8 hour, you're outside the BB band, you're outside of 4 hour, you're outside of 1 hour, you've got a 1 hour signal now. You know, so this could turn into a number one, but you need to use the second entry, right, to be sure that price is actually turning around, and I'll show you that as we go along. Okay, I mentioned about the EU. We've had this major move down with these big signals here, right? Again, look at the BB band here. It's come up to the lows, so effectively now that there is the BB band on the 4 hour. You see it? Is there an 8 hour signal to push it down? No. Is there a daily signal to push it down? No. Price is going to go up. Look what we've got here. A number one. Okay. There was the green again. Oh dear. Okay, there was the green again. Right, but then rejection again. Now we're getting, you know, something again. We're also getting confirmation signals, a 30-minute, 15-minute, like you got with the GU there, 30-minute. All right, so we're looking for ups now. You're looking on two charts now. You're looking for ups. You've got your confirmation on the EU. You've got your confirmation on the GU. We are looking for up. We've done the analysis. We've got a number one on the EU. We've got a number two on the GU, right, because this daily has done its job. It's touched this orange line. Yes, it could kick in again, okay, but at the moment we are looking for ups. All right. I did mention after this GU move, by the way, guys, that I was looking for two things. One was for the daily super to kick in again, and the other was for more ups on the GU off the 5-minute orange line. I'll show you after this trade. Okay, I'm going to fast forward for it, guys, but as I say, we're looking for ups. Right, big tip here, guys. Big tip. I'm going to show you something now, you know, and it doesn't work on its own. It doesn't. You still need the setup. We know the EU's going up. We know the GU's going up. We should be looking for signs of that on 5-minute charts, momentum, or HA charts. Now here is a little candle setup that I've noticed that is incredible. Once you've got your setup, right, this is a big hint that price is about to turn around. Can you see this candle here on the EU? Right, this long candle. Right. Well, when the next candle, you can see it there, it's just like a little doji, right? Finishes, just pausing there because we're getting momentum, right? Finishes, closes like that within the size or the width or whatever you want to call it there, the length of that candle, closes within, okay? It's a big hint, big tip that price is going to turn. But again, not on its own. You can't just say, oh, it's got to turn. You need the setup, and as we know, EU on the long terms it's a number 1. Okay, we've got confirmation with a 30, a 15, and we're on the we're through the BB bands here on the 5 minutes. Okay, so that little setup there is a massive tip. It's a hint that price is about to turn. Right, we wanted momentum, we got momentum. You can wait for a signal if you wish. Okay, some people like to wait for a signal, but if you look at that G-cap there, that move's already gone before that signal appears. You know, so for me, momentum trumps a signal, and this could be an early sign. In fact, it is. I've seen it so many times now, guys. I'll show you some more examples of it in a bit as well. Okay, so should be in on the EU because you've got your momentum. Okay, look at the GU. Look at the GU, you've got a similar thing there. Another thing would be wicks. You see this candle, it's come right down here and you've got a wick, because that's where it is. Right, but then you've got this like spinning top, or whatever you want to call it here, this doji. And it's telling you that price is about to turn. But watch what happens. You've no momentum yet. EU's flying, you've got momentum. Okay. But this is telling you, this is like, yes, we could be about to turn. You've got your confirmation. We know it's going up. As a number 2, we need momentum. We get momentum, we're in the GU. Okay? Alright. So let's just fast forward because I want to show you. The other thing about this GU trade as well, guys, is that it's a second move. You see this first move here. Came down. This candle, this is how I love second moves, and I'll show you more precisely on the UCAD in a moment. Okay, yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a moment there. So this is a second move. It's higher than this one, so it's a second move to the up. Okay, yeah, W like that. If the second part of the W is higher, it's a really good entry point. Just a moment. Okay. And the same with a double top. If the second part of the M is lower, then it's a really, really good entry point. Okay, so obviously we've got the signal as well. Got a signal on the EU as well. We're in at, what does that say? 37. Okay, so is that running? Yeah, we're running. I'm going to let these run for a second or two. I just want you to see how they go. Getting nice momentum from the DX as well, so the correlation's good. The only thing we haven't got on the GU is momentum. You know, you could have waited for it. That for me, because of where we were, could have been good enough, because you've got all your confirmation and everything. Other people might want to wait for a signal. They might want to wait for the momentum. You know, momentum's really important. People see, especially when you're turning price around like this, because if momentum flips back to red now on the GU, you know, it could go down again. I mean, personally, I'm not mad, but I have a decent size stop loss, but because of the analysis is correct on the GU, I know this is going up. Okay, and I'm not too worried about it. All right, I'm going to fast forward, guys, because get really long video otherwise. Right, look at this. Look what happened. Shut up. Look at the EU. Shot up. All right, and there was that early warning sign. Look at it there. Inside that. Okay, then you got momentum and the signal. Same with the GU. Whites, by the way, are superb, guys. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. Right, so we'll fast forward again, because I want to show you again where we get this second entry point on the 5-minute GU. Okay, and show you exactly what happens again. We'll keep an eye on that UCAD as well, by the way, guys. Right, UCAD, first entry there. Right, then it's come down, hit the 5-minute horizontal, bounced. Could this be your second entry point? Could it be your second entry point? Well, Yes, you've got a confirmation candle here. You've got a number one in play. You've got this daily pink. If that was a pink red, I'd be a little more worried about it, but it has shot up massively. Okay, and you are outside here, you are outside here, so this, I would take this as a second move if it starts coming down. Okay, momentum, but again, keep an eye up here and just watch, you know, for that kind of setup that I told you. I don't think you'll be able to see it because we're right on the orange line there. Okay, but if you get another signal as well, then yeah, down, momentum again, and yeah, because that's lower. See, this entry point here is lower. I would have considered this a second move. Okay, you've got the confirmation. It's red yellow now on the 15. Some people might want to wait for a 4-hour blue. It does turn up, guys. It does turn up, don't worry. But you're getting plenty of momentum, so you know. Again, this is not going to go 15 pips against me. Okay, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, GU coming down towards the orange line on the 5-minute charts. Right, so at this time I mentioned in the room that daily there were two outcomes, two things I was looking for. That daily that's gone red now to turn super again, right, and I would take it down, or this super on the 4-hour which appeared, which now means that we're looking for a number one trade, right, to take it up again off the 5-minute orange line. There's usually always two choices when you have a setup like this, guys, but you're just watching for it. The GU daily doesn't go super, okay, and you've still got these up signals as confirmation it's going to go up off the 5-minute orange line. So what you're looking for is price to come back and then to take it off the 5-minute orange line. So that now becomes your setup because it's a number one. Okay, look at the HABB band. Look what it's done. It's coming up. Where's it going to? Where's it going to? This. It doesn't just come up for no reason. It comes up for a reason. What reason does it come up for? It's coming up to create a new low. Okay, so when it gets to here, that would be on the BB band. So effectively you would be looking for a trade up off the HABB band and the 5-minute orange line. Okay, you with me? Right, okay, so we'll move on. I think it does just go up now from here. So again, you know, momentum, look for a hint on the HA chart that's going to go up. Look at this now, how it's shot up here. It's right, that's your BB band HA now going across. That's the way you judge it when these things happen. This one, it will eventually come right the way up here. Okay, on the EU. A quick look at the UCAD. Yeah, that second move still in play, looking good now. Looking good, even though, you know, there's no 4-hour blue yet. You could wait for that if you want, you know, but look, again, another signal, super. This is a red yellow. To me now, next stop for this is the 15-minute orange line, right, and then it'll bounce. Okay, then if this setup's got better or is still there, okay, it will go to this orange line and then bounce. Okay, and there you go. Look at the GU. Look, you got momentum, and look up off the orange line. I think this shoots up a bit, then comes back down again, and then it'll shoot up again. Excuse me. Again here, look, second move in play, going down. Let's fast forward, guys, because if not, we'll be here all day. And there you go. Look at GU. I'm not sure if it gave 10 pips, but I wouldn't worry, because even when this comes back down, it will shoot up again. You know, you've loads of room. This is these trending signals, right? Break walls. They break walls. For that uptrend to continue, it must keep creating highs. So it's going to go higher. It's probably, in fact, it does. It's going to this BB band here. Then it will bounce, and then if that signal's still there after, and the trend wants to continue, it will break that BB band, because if you look here, it wants to create a new high. There was a high, then there was another high here, and it wants to create another one. Okay. EU, this one just came off the 5 minute orange line. It was still in play. There was nothing to suggest it was going down. Maybe that 5 minute, but you know, look, 5 minute orange line, woomph. Okay. Again, number one. You see how that changed? That was a red yellow. Now it was just a red to start with. All right. GU coming back down to the orange line again. See, as the BB band flattened out, it might come back down to this BB band here, and then we'll start looking for, you know, hints of it going back up. Okay, well, what would they be? A similar setup to what I've shown you before on the EU, maybe a wick, but just to show you how price turns with that little candle setup. Look at this one here again. You shouldn't be taking this down, but basically what I'm saying is this shows you that, you know, that two candles set up there in the HHR is so successful at telling you what's going to happen. You know, you could have based your exit on that. Right, I'm going out now. You know, you could have been in from here, seen this and said, oh, it's going to change, I'm going out. Okay, I mean, the 5 minute yellow might have warned you of that anyway, but you know. Okay, so again, another example of it is, look at that there, and look at the candle next to it. Look again, we need to find a name for this, because I know people are going to start talking about it now I've mentioned it, but we need to find a name for it. So I'm going to, you know, pick a name. If you guys want to come up with something, and I'll pick a name. I'll pick a name no matter what you come up with. Alright, now look, right, see it, it's inside this candle. Could we be getting ready to go up? Here on the 5 minute orange line here. Might come down a bit more first and then go. So again, we're looking for something here now to say it's going to go up. Maybe a signal, maybe just the fact that that finishes there, a green momentum, maybe a wick. It might shoot through here a bit and then leave a wick. If it leaves a wick, and the chances are it's going to shoot up again. As a number one, oh, with this kind of momentum as well, you know, look, can see what that did then. If you say, oh, okay, I'm getting in now even without momentum, then don't worry about it, you know, because it's a number one trade, and if it still does come back down a bit more to you, then you should never panic and think, oh, it's going down. You know, it's a number one up with all this room to the BB band here. Okay, and that's where it's going, guys. That is where the GU is going. Okay, again, look at it. It's amazing how many times that little setup, you know, comes before a move to the upside or a move to the downside, a change in direction, basically. Okay. Excuse me. Oh dear. And look at that EU off the 5 minute orange line, beautiful, and it's still with that signal there. If you waited for that signal, but what came before that signal was that little kind of candle set up there. You know, so it told you what was going to happen. You had your setup. You know, you had confirmation signals 15 and 30. Again, UCAD, look, that second move still going. We'll get through there. Again, look in here, we want something, momentum, whatever, to tell us that the GU is going to go up with the number one trade. Another thing, guys, if you're ever unsure about a setup, right, I'll give you an example now, right. You've taken the UCAD because it's a number one, because that's a red blue, it's not just a blue, it's a number one. Okay, and you've got confirmation signals, yeah? Right, I'll just pause it. So you've taken that on the second move, right, because it's a number one, yeah? Right, look at the UCAD. Yes, you've got a 4 hour blue. Yes, you've got a possible second move in here. But you haven't got any confirmation here. And to me, a 4 hour blue without any, you know, power here, I mean, these would have to be supers, red pinks, red yellows, for me to even consider taking that as a number one. You know, a 4-hour blue on its own, alright, these are blues, but there's nothing next to them. Okay, so that 4-hour blue, to me, that is not a number one, because it doesn't have enough help. Okay, so if you're ever unsure, just refer to this ticket. Is it a number one, or is it a number two, or is it a number four? Number threes, guys, are basically ranging day strategy, holidays, things like that. Okay, and I very rarely use it. Certainly at the moment, we've had such, you know, great moves going on. Okay, GU, look, that signal set up there, as I said, just coming before a possible move. So we're looking to take this up. You know, if some people, I mean, I would have taken this because I know that the price is going to there. Right, now you've got momentum, definitely in. Definitely in. This is going up. Okay. UCAD, quickly, second move down, going down. Alright. So let's fast forward. Yeah, look, GU, look. That was it there, and look, bang, up. Off 5-minute orange line. Okay? So it's amazing how many times that little kind of setup there, this candle within the width of the previous candle, just tells you just before the move's going to happen, to what, you know, to get ready for that move. Okay. And yeah, that was a nice one. I think that was a 20 pipper as well, guys. You know, so there was a nice easy 10 pip winning there. That one, if you didn't get your 10 pips there, it won there. That was the original move. Beautiful. And UCAD second move, look at that, down. EU, who recognised that straight off as a number one. Okay, and woof, back up, back to the 5-minute orange line and up again. Just one thing about this now. Okay, right, that 4-hour signal that was there has disappeared. Right, that's because we're right on this BB band here, so expect a pullback, and then maybe, you know, we'll push through again. We've got an 8-hour as well, so that might take it through the 4-hour. In fact, it will do. That's what they do. They break walls. Okay, guys, so let's fast forward, because it's dragging out a bit, this. Yeah, you see now you're pulling back down here. Same here, pulling back down a bit. It did break it. It broke it, because you can tell by the BB band flipping up. It's going up to the new high. Broke it. Okay. UCAD, look. Tiny little bounce there up to the 5-minute orange, and then back down again. Okay. Get to a point where, yeah, you see, and look what's appeared now. But if you waited for that, you'd have missed, you know, the second entry there. I mean, for me, because you had the 1-hour signal, it was a number one, that, but you had good correlation, good, signals here, confirmation signals. Okay. All right. So, is there anything else I wanted to say before we move on? No. Let's move on. Come on. Right. We were outside here. We're on the BB band here. You're not far off it here. You're not far off it on the daily. EU. Okay. Is this a second move? Is this a second move? People often ask me in the room, is this a second move? Right. Well, again, the simple thing to do is refer here. Okay? Is it a number one? Well, there's no 1-hour down, no 4-hour down. Okay? Is it a number two? The trend's not easy to read there, but the longer term trend is up. So it's not a number two. So this is one of them. If you take it, it could win. But it could quite as easily, that 4-hour signal could quite as easily appear again and just shoot up. The thing you've got to do, guys, seriously, right, is just recognise that if you stick to the same thing every day, number ones and number twos, right, that if you do lose a trade, then you know that it's not the strategies you're using. okay? Because if you stick to those two strategies, number ones and number twos, you won't lose. Occasionally you get news that comes out and you get a spike and it trips your stop loss, but if you stick to that, then you know that the problem isn't the strategies if you keep losing trades, okay? But if you are like, oh yeah, I'm taking this EU now because it looks good, but it's not a number one, it's not a number two, it's not a number four, it's not even a number three. Well, I suppose it is in a way, isn't it? Number three, but well, no, it's not, because this a number three, where is it? Look for 5 and 15-minute signals is if there is no strong trend. Well, that trend is up, isn't it? Certainly for the last hour, at least. Okay, so that's the way to judge it. That's what you should be doing now. Is like stick to the number ones and number twos. Just let me show you something quickly here, guys. Right, you've got this set up again here. People, this is what I'm afraid of people doing in the room now. They'll be looking at this here and saying, oh, Jazz, is this one of them moves where it's going to go up now because we're bouncing off the 15-minute? Right, well, you've got a 4-hour blue, you've got a collection now of 1-hour signals, right? And that 1-hour signal, what will that signal do? What will that 1-hour signal do? It'll take price to here. Sometimes like against a strong trend you can say, well, it only takes it to the 15, but again, you're risking it, guys. This might just be a little bounce and then this drops through the 15 minutes. So again, you're risking it. So try and refrain from asking me every time, is this one of them, is this one of them, because I'll get no time for trading. All right. Obviously we will continue to keep advising you on direction, so you can trade safely. Obviously don't keep asking, please don't ask me time after time about a setup. All right. Okay, so yeah, so this is one of them again, like with the EU, I wouldn't take because of these here. Alright, you're still way outside. Well, you're on the BB bands here, just about on the BB bands there. I mean, there's more room. I think this is coming more down, and it does. Okay, it'll bounce and then drop through. Okay, so let's get some fast forwarding done because I want to show you a couple more examples of that, of what to look for on well, GU. Look at the wicks here, guys. But again, look how the BB band come up here to the new lows. See them there? They're the lows, and that's where the BB band came to. Okay, so you've got wicks. You've obviously got momentum. You were right on the 5-minute orange line. Boom, trend, trade. Okay, yes, now you say to yourself, right, look where we are. 1 hour, 4 hours, somebody's pointing out in the room, you're right on these bands. Okay, you have got to stop taking this up for a while. Let it come back, and if after it's had a pullback, this signal is still there, this will pull back here, and then it will break that BB band, okay, because it wants to create a new high. Okay, that's what trends do. Alright, so let's move on again. Again, the EU was perfect, wasn't it, off here, off the 5-minute orange line again there. But look, again, look, that little setup, there's a little green candle there inside the previous candle. Right, it precluded, it came before the actual move, so you could have been ready. All you would have needed was momentum, because you had your setup off the 5-minute orange line. You had that there warning you that price was going to turn. Boom. Okay? Alright, guys? Understand? I hope so. Isn't it hard? But again, they don't work just on their own. They need the setup. Like the GU there, you see, look, it came back to the 5-minute orange line. And look, it warned you. Just a quick warning that it might go up again. Again, now because of where we are, you've got to leave it. You've got to leave this and let it come down a bit. All right. Let's move on. I'll look at the UCAD, by the way, guys. I know sometimes they take a long time to get going, these moves, because you were up against such a strong up move, and they do take the time. Now look what you do, you're bouncing here off the 30-minute orange line. I'd expect this to come up now, and then if this setup is still there afterwards, it will, you know, drop again, and you'll see that happen. Right, yeah, you see how it's coming up now. It's bouncing off this 30-minute orange line. Alright, should you have taken that, that's entirely up to you. Again, I look at these signals here and say to myself, well, where's that going? 30-minute orange line. So yeah, there's probably a 10-pip trade in there if you took it. Let's see, 46, it went up to 55, so 9 pips, you know. Didn't give much on the day, this, neither did the EU, even though it was a lovely sell. Right, moving on again. There's another thing to look for on the HA charts. You were on the 5-minute orange line here, but look at the wick. You've got this wick starting like that, and you obviously got momentum, bump up. Okay, and the wick touched the BB band and shot up. Alright. Oh god, full of a cold, guys. Right, coming down now, off the BB band, 4-hour blue in play. Should you take it? Well, you tell me what trade that is on a golden ticket. Tell me, is that 4-hour blue with a 30-minute red and a 15-minute pink or blue, whichever you want to call it, is that strong enough to classify as a number one? Is it, against such a strong move and against, you know, a still active 4-hour super? That's all you have to do. Each time you're thinking, oh, there's a 4-hour blue now. If these were red yellows, then I would have taken it, but I'd have taken it to either this 15-minute orange line or the 30-minute orange line and no further, unless, you know, obviously a 1 hour appeared. Aside, you get another example of that, what to watch for. Look, little candle inside the width of a bigger candle. Setup is still a number one down because of the 4-hour blue, and it's got the help there. There's nothing against this signal here, nothing against that signal there. Okay, and there was that setup again, precluding, but coming before the down move. Okay, it's amazing how many times it happens, guys. I'll show you a few more examples shortly. Right, GU Luke is going to come to this 30-minute orange line. There's no 1 hour down, so it's not going to go any further. It's going to hit this and then it's probably going to bounce. Okay, with this again as a number one. Alright, let's fast forward again. It's getting a bit long, this video again. And remember when I was talking about the UCAD bounce, there's the bounce. Look, bounced up there, and then look what happened. Back down. Again. Back down. Again. Okay, GU right on the thingy here now, the orange line. Look here, wicks. Look at these wicks. Yeah, I now, because of where we are on here, took this up. Momentum in. Took this up on the BB band on the 5 minutes as well. Took this up. If it goes against me, I'm not too worried, because that bounce there means that that pullback is pretty much over, and that this 4 hour super is going to kick in again with the trending super as well, guys, by the way. The EU, remember what I was saying before, it's one of them, you could have taken it, but it's one of them that could go for you or against you. Well, you know, the second move panned out, it worked. Right, but as I've said before, sometimes these, you know, work, sometimes they don't. It's not a number one. Will you consider it a number one? You could do, because you've got a super there, and you've got these supers here, so you could have considered it a number one. That's entirely up to you. I personally would not have taken that based on the fact that there is a 4 hour red pink, and there was this was also a red pink. So for me, I've seen them just kick straight back in again, and you'll end up losing big. Alright, so again, let's fast forward, see how that GU panned out. Yep, you see, you got the wicks here, look, that one was outside, BB bands created a new low there, and then this one here, and boom, up she goes, bouncing off the 30-minute orange line. Okay, that 4 hour number one kicked in again. Okay, EU, well, you've paced here, just pausing that as well. You've paced here now. Has this signal done its job? There's no 1 hour. It looks like you touched the 1 hour orange line, which is quite a big move down. That's probably the fact that that 4 hour did it. So for me now, EU is also up. Okay, EU is also up. Let's have a look on the H8. Well, look, this little candle here inside this one. Even this one is inside this one as well. Yeah, definitely into the upside. Okay, GU going nicely now, based on the wicks on the HA. Oh, well, it's not just based on that, guys. This is what you need to get into your head, right? It's not just based on that. Okay, it's based on the story, the setup. Touch the 30-minute orange line. 4 hour kicks in again, number one. And look after that bounce, guys. Look at the UCAD now. I wanted to use the entirety of Friday's session, guys, just to show you, trying to show you what I see and the way I, trade and what I look for. Obviously, if you're still struggling with choosing direction, sometimes it's not easy to read direction, I'll admit, but you can always ask the MTs, and we'll always give you advice on that. You should know then how to trade off the orange lines and off BB bands, and if you get it right, you just need to do the same thing every day. All right, and then if you do lose a trade, you can say, well, that's trading. All right, because it's definitely not down to the system, because I do the same thing every day, and I'll bet you, when you get really good at this, Hans has impressed me so much of late, guys. He's took on board what Anissa said. He's taken on board what myself, BR, Hugo, MB, PP, Jacqueline, what everybody else says about what's going on, and he's made himself a trader, guys. He's made himself a trader, and he's going to enjoy his retirement when he does eventually retire. Well done, Hans. Yeah, so again, just get the setup off the BB bands, off the orange lines, number ones. Oh dear, and bloody grandson's giving me his cold. Let's fast forward. Yeah, see, that was a beautiful one. That was based on wicks here, but based primarily on the fact that we bounced off the 30-minute orange line with a number one set up with this 4 hour super. This is going to break. This is what it wants to do. Look, it's bounced down, and it's going to break this BB band. No doubt in my mind. Fast forward again. Yeah, you again. Look, I said about that signal being inside that one. Sorry, the candle being inside that one and this one, and then came up here. Boom. GU's right on the orange line again here now. Gonna fly, I think. BB band's moving up to create the new low. There you go. Okay, let's get right to the end. I'm near enough on it. First, I want to show you. There you go. Look. Trending signal creates a new high. Okay, it went up to the BB band, bounced, which was all this mess here. Okay, and then flew through it. It even goes up more afterwards, guys. It goes up to the psychological number of 133, which, you know, if you don't know about them, you should read on this. This is one of the reasons, guys, why I have a 15 pip stop loss. Because if I'd have got in here and I wasn't quick enough to get out here, and this shot down on me, I'm not out. You just watch what happens here. All that is a reaction to the fact that it went through the BB bands there. And you watch what happened. It leaves a massive wick, and then flies up again. Okay, so I hope that that has shown you what to look for on the HA charts. Again, another example of it here. Look. UCAD, look at the UCAD. It was right on the 30-minute BB band. It touched the 1 hour orange line, so the 4 hour signal basically had done its job. That's what its job was, to take it to there. Okay, you got that confirmation signal, and then that set up again, a long candle with a candle, with the next candle closing inside its width. You know, it's amazing how many times I've seen this, and I'm going to show you a couple more of examples of it now. I'll be quick though, because I don't want this video to be major long than it already is. Excuse me. Let's have a look. Where do we want to be? Around about, I think it was 28 minutes on this one, just to show you. Yeah, look there again. Look, see how it precludes, comes before a change in direction. See it there? It's amazing, honestly, how many times it happens. Same with the EU there, look. No, not the best of days, but again, it was a number one setup. You just bounced off here. Right, number one setup. You've got a 1 hour signal, which is definitely taking price to the 30-minute orange line. It went up once and then came back down, and then that was to come back down there and then back up again. But that told you it was getting ready to go back up again. That is like an early warning system on the HA charts. Okay, another quick example of it. Where were we? 21, I think we were. Let's go back a bit to 116. Oh, excuse me. Right, this. Okay, again, this is an example really of reading the long-term charts correctly, guys. Seriously, this, once you get it right, once you understand what's going to happen, you have to manage these, because these signals can kick in excuse me, again at any time. Right, so look at the GU, definite trend up. Yeah, you've got a daily there, it's took price outside, and then you've had this setup. Oh, excuse me. This setup, yeah. Again, another example of what happens when you get the orange line bounce and then through, right? Because of the 4 hour. The 8 hour signal is only a red. If it was a red pink, it'd have taken price to here. But because it's a red, it made sure that the 4 hour signal took price to the 4 hour orange line. Okay, and that's exactly what that price was there, 31.42. Okay, now then, that 8 hour signal has done its job. Is this going to kick in again? Okay, well, that's what you're waiting for, because you think the 4 hours touched this orange line. So be it. Again, look here on the HA. Yes, you can say, oh well, I've got that against me, I've got that against me, but you've just got a new candle. You've got a nice wick here. Pause it a minute. You've got this set up here again, those two candles like that on the HA chart. You've touched the 4 hour orange line, so the 8 hours done its job. The daily could kick in again with the trend. Okay, so what are you looking for? What are we looking for again? Look on the EU. Right, this is one you shouldn't be taking, by the way, because there's nothing here. You've got a 4 hour blue, but this trend is not as easy to read. You see, with all these wicks here. All right, so and you know that 8 hour red yellow, that was a red yellow. I'd be a little more reserved about taking that because of the fact these are red yellows. Okay, that's only a red. That's a yellow, done its job. You're getting momentum. The idea here is, anyway, not to show you the setup, it's to show you yet again this little candle formation that happens on the HA charts, guys. How it it precedes a move in the opposite direction. You see it? Yeah. Right, and I'll fast forward and show you what happens here. Going up. You're still managing this, guys, because you've still got these signals that could kick in again, but the bounce was good. I've told you before that the bigger the time frame the bounce is on, the bigger the move, which means you've a chance of getting, that trade in there. Okay, but you're managing it in case, that was red yellow, or you get another signal down here on the 5 minute orange line, bang. So you manage bounces. That's what you have to do. With number ones, you know where price is going. Right, when that 8 hour appeared, you knew that price was going to the 4 hour orange line, so you pretty much don't have to be watching it every second, basically. But with bounces, especially against a setup like that, you have to be careful. Okay, but yeah, because it's on a big time frame, the bounce with the trend. This is a perfect, beautiful number 2, because you would look at this signal and say it's done its job, and it's bouncing off the 4 hour orange line. Alright, watch this. And that all started, let's go back a minute, get back to it, where is it, about there. That all started with that warning there, okay, on the HA chart. Right, fresh candle, so you didn't have a signal on, the 15 minute candle. That one there, you can say small red, done its job. 4 hours touched the 4 hour orange line. Number 2, possible number 4, I suppose you could say that's a number 4, but it's a number 2 for me. Okay, and then up she goes, up she goes. Eventually it's something like what are we on there? That's 40 odd pips. I think it does pull back a bit, but then shoots up again. I think it was 70 odd pips, but look at it now. 4 hours disappeared, excuse me, and you have a number 1 in play. Look. Alright, so basically all I'm trying to show you there is what these, jumping too far, what to look for on these kind of on the HA charts, even wicks, look for wicks, things like this. This candle slightly finishing inside the previous candle. It's a big tip, guys, that price is going to reverse. Okay, so I hope that video has has shown you really how I trade and what I look for during a session. I think it's got to be good enough, guys. As I say, if you're just still not sure, then ask people about direction, ask the MTs about direction. We'll help you out, but watch out for the little signs. Once you've got your setup, is this going to bounce off the 5 minute orange line? Yeah, because there's no 15 against me and there's no 30 against me, so it's going to bounce off a 5 minute orange line with a number 1 or a number 2. If there's no signals against it, then look on the HA chart, look for the signs, either a wick or this new little what do you call it, this little, I'll show you again. Guys, I have no idea what to call this, so I'm going to have to come up with a name for it. Okay, somewhere there. yeah, this little setup here, like that one on the EU there, you see it? So it's a 2 candle formation, but it happens a lot, hell of a lot, guys, and it just tends to tell you that price is getting ready to turn. So we need a name for this. We need a name for it. Alright, so I'm going to leave that up to you lot, but it needs to be a short name so we can just mention it, you know, and then everybody knows, and we, you know, when it comes up, we can just pick on it straight away. Alright, guys, so yeah, I think that'll do, and I'll see you Monday.